No!
Hello there, everyone. Today we're talking about Hagazussa. I think that's how you pronounce it, A Heathen's Curse. It is a German art house horror film premiered in 2017 at the Fantastic Fest. It is a senior project and also the feature debut by the director Lukas Feigelfeld. That's how I pronounce it. He was a photographer before this, so the visual of this film is something breathtaking to behold. I also sent some Tarkovsky homage or inspiration from the film, which he actually cited as one of his influences, especially from Mirror 1975. The film is told in 4 major segments: shadows, horn, blood, and fire, and we follow a woman who lives in a remote mountain village who had a traumatic upbringing as she witnessed her mother's death and experienced some other terrible things I won't mention here, and we basically get a little peek at her life in a very specific period, from her youth to her being a goat herder, a mother, until when she meets one of her townspeople who seems to be a little iffy with her friendship. This is one of those films where I wish I had seen in theater. For once, the entire film looks absolutely gorgeous. We get so many beautiful fixed wide shots of landscape with the talon remaining so small at the center, and this shot is just absolutely incredible. The film is filled with these. Hagazussa utilizes excessive black and shadows to create contrast, and from my past experiences with films like this, I often argued how that is a bad thing, where everything is just so black to a point you can't see anything and the entire film just feels very dead in a bad way. But surprisingly, in this one I found it tastefully done, because the filmmakers don't lock you in those environments for too long. They're not shy to just cut to a day scene where everything looks colorful and bright. It somehow gave me some time to breathe between sequences. Second reason why I wish I could have seen this in theater: the sound, because the sound on this thing is insane. There's pretty much no dialogue for the entire film. It is used but pretty minimum. For the most part, this film is all visual, so naturally it relies heavily on sound design, which is of course very good. There's some tricks they did with the audio throughout the film, and they told such a compelling story. I feel like I can just listen to the film and get a total other feeling or story from it. The film sets in the 15th century. The costume design, while I don't think it's seen as the strong suit here, I do like the idea of having the protagonist wear darker clothing to visualize her character and contrast the other character. It's also a great way to make her appear smaller than she actually is. I thought that was really smart. The main actor, Alexandra Quinn, is terrific in the film. What a beautiful casting choice. I think this is one of the examples of, if you can get the casting right, you're already halfway there. This performance is menacing, screaming with agony. Part of it is how they shot and edited her scenes to make her look more daunting probably than reality. With that being said, Hagazussa isn't going to be for everyone. If you're looking for a traditional commercial horror film, this isn't it. I would even go further. If you're looking for a common period horror, I don't think this one is exactly that either. Again, being that Tarkovsky is one of the biggest influences for the director, this film can probably be categorized as a slow burn. The pacing is dreadful, but I really liked it, and it's really hard for me to look away. There are sequences that are so hypnotic, especially with the aid of the sound design. There are times where you don't really know what you're looking at, but it gives you a feeling, and I think that is what this film captured the best. When it comes to downside, I think there's just not much meat on the bone. There's not much to chew on when it comes to the emotions. You don't understand and emphasize exactly with the character. It's kind of like you're observing her rather than experiencing her. Other than that, Hagazussa is quite daring with incredible aesthetic and pacing. This really got me, especially after I walked out. I'm genuinely thinking a strong 3.5 to a light 4 on this one. If you have the time and are interested, please give it a watch, but don't come at me if you don't like it. I said my piece.